Let me take this opportunity of thanking Maltotech, which is our partner, together with Johan and the CEO of the company. I just want to talk about resistance is a sign of change and learning. You can't have learning without resistance. All that I'm saying is that as a new principal within the school, I'm 6 years at the school, and together with a few of our staff members who are here and the deputy, I think once, and some of you can allude to that fact, that when you are a new principal within the school, when you bring changes, there'll always be resistance. But gradually you'll get there, and with the partnership that I've started with Johan, I think we're getting there. Thank you so much.
The way the first meeting I've attended, the way the discussions took place, and this meeting was a huge improvement. I think Hilary is running the school. He's one of the best principals I've met, so well done, Hilary.
I'm very proud of what Hilary has achieved. He's actually influenced the school to such a manner and introduced the training that we received.
I've learned a lot from this whole thing. I come from a family of teachers. I thought I knew a lot about teaching, but it's a Model C teaching family, so I've learned a lot of the struggles that Hilary and his team go through. Learned me a lot of patience, and I think I made a good friend in this whole process.
2 years ago, I heard about it. And then I thought, maybe not. And then it was just not the right time. I have asked everywhere, especially where I have seen one of the other school principals that got involved, that there were so many changes in her school. So I have asked her, please get me involved. But the right time was never there. And last year, suddenly, there was Dina and Kay, and that was the right time. Because you know what, in the end, the whole partnership only works when there is two people that is compatible, that thinks the same, that do the same things, and that has a vision together. And for Kay, thank you.
At first, I was quite overwhelmed. I mean, and so was Honey. But she's an amazing, amazing principal. I've said days sitting in a class and just thinking, my word, it's not so easy. As a business leader, I can delegate. I can talk, I've got resources, there's financial resources, there's people resources, but she is juggling glass balls all over the place. And she dare not drop one, because that one could be the future of a child.
Phenomenal input from Partners for Possibility, particularly Dina. Your coaching, your guidance, the perspective you created does not go unnoticed. The community of practice, it's a shared partnership where we've learned. I took learnings from Elizabeth School at the time. We applied the learnings in the school. The COP encouraged us in terms of learning content. How do we work with our SGBs? So all of it has just built in terms of the learning practice. So without PFP, my sense is without the learning and the application of learning, our school today is just a beautiful place where learners come to, they're proud, they're all starting to read, and we can applaud all those efforts as we build a great South Africa with a productive learning citizenship.
Why did we join? I met a principal and he was very enthusiastic, he was very motivated. Once he met PFP and he said he would like to introduce me, and I said to him at that stage, it will be fine because I've got problems with the SMT, problems with the SGB, and so on, and whatever need I can, or whatever help I can get will be good. And that's how we started.
So the reason I started is the company always invests in corporate social responsibility, but we can give money to a cause, but our vision as a company has always been that that's the easy way out. What we'd far rather do is spend some of our time and devote some of our time to the community. Now, as I said a few seconds ago, yeah, we're a technical computing company. All our staff, all our clients have degrees in maths, engineering, science. And we feel passionately about ensuring that the country produces graduates who are capable of taking on and being involved in the technological industry. So I see Louise is tweeting away madly. That's how I got involved. I saw one of Louise's tweets and I replied to her. So it's thanks to Twitter that I got involved.
I took this project over from our country manager who, because of work commitment and constant traveling, wasn't able to meet some of the requirements. So when she first explained to me about PFP and the Lion Park Primary School, I was like, oh, okay, great. We can give them books, we can get funding, we'll collect. She's like, no. That's not what it's about, right? The whole objective is to make sure that you give Principal Gurley all the business requirements she needs to make her primary school sustainable. Okay. So decided to have the first initial meeting with her, and it was overwhelming.
I'd like to thank Partners for Possibilities for the opportunities that you have given Dina. Dina, thank you so much for your help, your assistance. I know it has been a difficult year for us, and especially with some of the challenges that we were having. But I have become a better person from this partnership. I have been able to use all the skills, all the skills that I've acquired to actually improve the values of accountability, the values of community building. This has actually made me a different person. The governing body and all the SMT staff, they are giving me comments about how this has made a difference. Thank you so much.
So the reason why we put that up there is just to show how we are really come from very, very different worlds. And it's been a real privilege working together.
I actually want to say you can actually see we are twins, right? In every aspect. Right, why did we decide to come together? As South Africans, you can decide whether you want to add value, or you want to stand somewhere, look, or you want to subtract it. And we decided that for us to make change in the space where we are, we have to have a face and we have to add value. You can't be in a fence. You have to decide to be part of the program. Right, so Graham comes from the background where he has lots of resources, as you had 950 million, and I only have one. The program has impacted in us that all we needed as a community, Zonkis, is we needed exposure. We don't want donations, we want to achieve them all by ourselves. And it is pleasing to say we have already started. Our learners in an international space and our educators, we believe we can go more and contribute a lot to the South Africans. I thank you.
We've made a lot of use of partnerships. Lorraine has been very instrumental in brokering a lot of those partnerships. And we have partnerships currently with Hollard, with Nedbank, with Melco, with Deloitte, which we brokered this year, with AVBOB, et cetera, et cetera. And through those partnerships, we've already been able to accomplish a huge amount.
The school was full of dust and grounds and everything, and you would have learners that are suffering from TB and so on. And through the partnership, Melco came through and Deloitte came through, and we managed to pave the entire school.
And we've had quite a tough journey over the last year, but as with any journey, there's still an opportunity to learn things. So what I decided to do tonight was to share my 5 lessons, and I think just sitting here again tonight, I could probably add easily another 5 and probably another 10 if I spent 2 more minutes on it. So lesson number 1 was from the book and video from Art of Possibility. I'm not sure how many of you actually got to read the book or looked at the DVD that came in our first welcome pack. So many people for the last number of years have always recommended to me to read Art of Possibility, and I never got around to doing it until I came on the program. And I read it, and I read a lot of books, and I can honestly say this is by far my favorite book.
Before starting the program, I wanted to resign. I had already thought I'm leaving education because I was already diagnosed with lupus, so I thought my time is up. But now I am ready to go 10 more years.
the support of this partnership, I'm able now to do the following: role extension, role enrichment, role expansion, role exchange, and role releasing. So all those balls, now I'm able to just throw them. I delegate. That is why my SMT is here. They know that I am developing them to take those balls when I'm throwing them, and they are catching them and running with them. All I do is just to balance priorities, and all I now busy doing is the dashboard, because I'm a CEO, just to check, did you do this? Did you do that? When is this going to be in? And all of that I'm doing. Now I'm ready to make all my SMT to be the mini CEOs, because they will also be releasing to all the staff. We have looked at the new PALM document where there are job descriptions for senior teachers and master teachers, and we are busy role releasing now. And everybody is going to gain from that. Thank you.
Just to say that when asked what I learned the most, and we had a conversation about this recently, for me it came down to, but all of us are learning very, very important things that are fundamental to one's identity or one's conception of oneself. So for me, walking into an environment like this with the preconception of what public schooling in this country looks like, what I've learned has been looking into people's eyes who come to work because they have absolute passion and total unconditional love for kiddies that the rest of society says are unlovable, and who do their job with joy. And that's I've learned so much about that by watching it and being in that environment. And then I've also watched as really important identity shifts have happened in Leonore and in SMT, and I think it's going to roll into the staff as well, around who am I? Because am I a teacher who came to work because I want to help the 30 or 50 or whatever 20 people in our class? Or would it be better for me to move into a management function? And a management function isn't necessarily the most attractive move to make, but perhaps it's the best contribution I can make to the needs of the kiddies that I'm serving. And that means I need to, sort of shift who I think I am. And so I think that those are the sorts of conversations that we've been having in our partnership.
It's the principals and the partners that are really doing all the work. And I just want to, please, if we can just give a big round of applause for amazing principals and amazing business leaders.
So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for coming to celebrate what these amazing people have been doing.